Everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today's look is very distressed, very grungy, and very messy. It is inspired by two of my favorite makeup artists that I've been following for a very long time. One of them is Samantha. She is a makeup artist in Vancouver, and I have like the biggest girl crush on her ever. She is fantastic in how she speaks and explains her personal thoughts and opinions on the beauty community. She does really beautiful, like subtle, natural glam looks as well. And she is starting this project called Project Pan, I believe. That's the hashtag she's using, which encourages us as a beauty community to go back to our existing products and to use stuff that we already have as opposed to constantly spending money on the newest and latest. Because have you really ever finished an eyeshadow palette? I know I haven't. So I've been doing this for years. I'm not any on PR list. I'm not sponsored by anybody. There's like 3 people who watch my YouTube videos. So I'm kind of obligated to go back to my existing palettes and kind of just mix and match them to create new looks. But I think it's fantastic that a bigger influencer who has a huge following is encouraging people to do the same. We're stuck in this consumeristic way of thinking that we always need to spend money, but really, like, we have so much makeup, we should just go back and use it and kind of mix the existing products together to create something new. The other artist I'm completely obsessed with is Dominique LDR. She is an artist from California, I believe, and I also have been following her for an incredibly long time. She's an actual working makeup artist, which I also really love and appreciate, and she does the most bizarre and stunning, geometric, distressed, avant-garde, crazy looks that she wears out in public, which I can totally appreciate. So yeah, if you want to learn how to create this look that is inspired by those two beauty influencers, I'm going to link their information down here in the description box below. So please go give them a look, a like, a follow, a whatever. I don't think you'll be disappointed. And if you want to learn how to get this look, this interpretation of their creativity, please keep watching and I will show you how. Okay, so we're going to get started by prepping the skin. You can do the most beautiful makeup in the world, but if your skin is not prepped, I find that it doesn't look as nice, it doesn't last as long, and it doesn't apply as well. So I'm just going to be using a little bit of my serum. One full pump all over the face. I already applied my eye cream in the bathroom. Whoops, supposed to go this direction, not down. Gravity already does it for us. So we're trying to fight gravity and nature. Just really pushing that into that skin. And for anyone who's wondering, I'm using my Filorga Time0 Multi-Correction Wrinkle Serum. Looks like this. The pump starts from the bottom and goes up, which I really enjoy because you don't waste a single drop of your product. So that serum is really anti-aging and helps me with my expression lines, just because I am very expressive when I talk, and I notice that, see, like, I'm getting those creases in there. I don't like those creases. So it kind of helps just target the fine lines, the expression lines, the fatigue lines, all the lines. And then for my moisturizer right afterwards, I'm using the Bioderma Sebium Matte Control. This guy is inexpensive AF, and I find that it really helps me with my acne and my oily skin. So I just took a tiny pea-sized amount. And again, really working it into the skin. Just like so. Take a really big coffee mug. Take a gargantuan sip. And we are ready to roll. So, with that being said, my eye cream, for anyone who's wondering, by the way, is Optim-Eyes, also from Filorga. That one helps with dark circles, puffiness, and a little bit of like fine lines, but not so much, but really like dark circles, puffiness, and hydration. And I feel like my dark circles are not as bad as they used to be. I'm all for that. I'm living for that. Next, I'm going to go in with my primer. I actually switched it up. Can you believe it? I purchased the Urban Decay Primer Potion. This was, believe it or not, my very first primer when I started playing with makeup. And I remember the OG tube. I remember. I got a primer down. That is the most important thing. We're gonna go in with a base today. A base. I just don't know what kind of base. Okay, I'm gonna take the NYX Jumbo Eye Pencil in 631 Sparkle Leopard. It looks like this. It's like a nice bronzy, coppery kind of color. And I'm just going to throw this all over our lid. Up to the crease and even slightly beyond. And I'm really concentrating this like on the inner corner as well. Today's look is going to be a little bit like weird and abstract and like not stereotypical beauty makeup. If you want to make this into beauty makeup, by all means go ahead, but I've really been feeling like inspired to do just something out of the box and kind of, you know, recharge my creativity batteries and just push myself to do something that not everybody considers like clean and precise Instagram makeup. It's more about being artistic and expressing yourself and just doing whatever your heart feels like doing. So I'm going to be taking I believe this is a Sigma brush, tapered blending B40, B60, I have no freaking clue, but it's a Sigma brush, it's a blending brush. I've had this forever, so the numbers have been rubbed off. And I'm just going to lightly rub this, smooth this over the edges of that NYX pencil. Just to slightly soften it up. Because we are going to be doing powder shadow on top, but I find that if you just don't blend out the edges, like you can see the difference, it clings more to those edges, and then you have a really hard time smoothing those edges with the eyeshadow afterwards as well. So just by doing this simple step, it's going to ensure that your actual shadows apply and look better. But it's still being messy and grungy, it's just controlled messy and grungy. Do you feel me? Alrighty. Shadow time. What freaking shadows am I using today? I don't know what shadows to use today. I think we're gonna go with Naked Heat. I'm sorry I keep using this palette. Sorry, not sorry. I'm gonna use this palette again. I'm gonna go in with Lumber. It's a really beautiful peachy gold pink. Who knows what kind of color this is. I love it. I think it's absolutely stunning. And on that same brush, I didn't wipe it clean. We're just going to throw this into the inner crease. And wide, big, round circles. We're just going to work it into our inner corner socket. So kind of how you do your outer corner and you really make it smoky by blending it into that outer crease. I'm doing the exact same thing. I just switched up the placement. I'm doing it on the inner crease. So this is really going to change our eye shape. It's also just kind of breaking the rules a little bit. Same thing on the other side. Now with this kind of look, I will always stress to do your eyes first before your face. It is grungy, but it is, again, controlled and clean. I don't recommend doing your face first just because there might be a bit of a fallout happening. A bit of a fallout situation going on. Just really working it into that like inner corner bridge. Like almost where your nose contour is, but slightly before it. Like the nose contour is like here, and I'm really blending it here, but nevertheless it's pretty goddamn close. And just honestly going up to the eyebrow. Like right here in that socket. Yeah, nice and messy and smoky. Okay, I really like how that's looking. I'm gonna go in with a matte shadow. I'm taking the same brush, I'm not wiping it clean. I'm gonna go in with Sauced. That really nice kind of flesh tone matte color. And I'm just going to do this on the outer corner, but very softly. Just, again, where we left off with that cream shadow, slightly going over it. And since we still have that lumber left over on that brush, it kind of just melts the two together, which I'm really enjoying. Why is my brush shedding? Get off. Thank you. Okay, so now I have something like absolutely ridiculous like so. A small definer brush. You guys know I'm obsessed with my Smashbox one. You can use anything that you have kicking around. I'm gonna go in with Ounce. That like satin off-white cream kind of color. And I'm just going to load it up and apply this right underneath my eyebrow. Just like so. Again, it doesn't have to be super perfect, like it's not exactly symmetrical, but I'm okay with that. That's kind of what I'm going for. And next. I don't know if I should take Dirty Talk or Scorched. I think I'm gonna go in with Scorched. Really like stunning, metallic, cranberry, juicy, like super reflective kind of color. I have no idea how to describe it other than magnificent. And I'm just taking this on a MAC 217 brush. I am applying a disgusting amount. Wet your brush with some Fix Plus, setting spray, thermal water, whatever we got kicking around, and we're just going to pat this on the mobile lid. Start off in the center. Oh my god. This color is wild. So I'm just starting in the middle and then I'm working it towards the inner corner and outer corner and then up to the crease. This color is magnificent. Oh my god. And now that I've deposited majority of my color, I'm taking that same brush and I'm just starting to ever so lightly and gently blend it up towards the crease and into the crease. And I believe I'm gonna go take some of my Makeup Forever eyeshadows. These palettes I kind of created myself, since you can buy them individually and you have a duo, a trio, like a total large palette. I find that really practical. They can kind of make your own color palettes, which is very neat. So if you're traveling or if you just want specific colors in mind, as opposed to buying an entire palette to have like one or two shades in particular, you just make it on your own. So I have these two that I'm going to be using today. The shades are on the bottom, and to be honest, it's a bit of a pain in the butt to take them out. So I will put the shade number here, somewhere, somewhere in this window. I will put the shade name, so don't you worry, I have your back. You will know what I'm using. One of the reasons I'm using these is just because I want to kind of start using more of my makeup that I already have. There's so many releases, there's so many collections happening, and we're always like addicted for the newest, the latest trend in makeup, the newest palette, and I'm completely guilty of that. I mean, I love buying new makeup, I love playing with new makeup, I love trying new makeup, but at the end of the day, I've never finished an eyeshadow palette. So I'm trying to reteach myself this idea that you can create so many new looks using exactly what you have by using it with different shades, combining it with other things, and you know, doing different placements to give new life to something that has been around for a while. Hence, me using my old makeup. So I'm gonna take this beautiful, like beautiful, deep burgundy cranberry matte red. These colors are so goddamn hard to find. I cannot believe how hard it is to find colors like this. And again, in a single format as opposed to buying an entire palette. So I'm just going back with that MAC 217 brush. I just used the other side and I really packed it on. And now this is where it gets a little crazy. I'm going to throw this into the inner corner again, right on top of all that craziness, just to unify everything. This is gonna make my eyes change shape intensely. It's going to really give a kick to the look, and it's really going to smoke everything out. So here we go. So again, just wiggling it right here. Deposit the majority of your color here. And then once you're happy with the deposit, start working it, start blending it in, start smoking it in. And just kind of wiggling it up to your brow bone again. See how I just made that shadow happen? And you're like, whoa, what? Huh? What am I seeing? I'm not quite sure. Is it supposed to be this like grungy and smoky? Is it a mistake? Like, why is there a dark color on the inside and lighter colors on the outside? Isn't it supposed to be the other way? Yes, typically it is supposed to be the other way. But there are no rules with makeup. I'm just grabbing that big fluffy Sigma blending brush and just smoothing all of it together. And really like exaggerating these circles now. Just really bringing it in. Going ham, man. Going ham. So you have something going on like so. I feel like I'm missing something on the outer corner. What am I missing on the outer corner? Okay, let's go in with this really beautiful rustic orange. This one is also from Makeup Forever. It's like a carrot kind of color on crack. Again, just load it up like crazy on a MAC 217 brush. And I'm just going to pop that in the outer corner. Ooh, yes, honey. Oh yeah, that looks like fire embers. Oh yeah. So again, I'm just kind of placing the product. You can kind of see it's blobby a little bit in the application. Going back in with that Sigma brush. And just doing little windshield wiper motions. Just to really extend it. Like, you see how much further it went? Super, just like so. Again, the shape is really bizarre. I really, really, really like it. So I think I'm gonna go back to my heat palette now, Naked Heat palette, and comparing Ashes is way more purple than the Makeup Forever matte red cranberry shadow I used. So I'm just gonna take that same brush, again I'm not wiping it clean, just a little bit, and I'm just gonna go into the inner corner again, just to deepen it a little bit more. It's getting a little bit lost, the cranberry tones, I find. So just to give it a little bit more definition, a little bit more smokiness, I'm just gonna define it a little bit more. Again, just really wiggling it in that crack, in that inner corner, that inner crease. And again, Sigma brush. Smoothing it out like so. And now for the pièce de résistance, I think I'm going to kick it up just a little tiny bit more. It's not sassy enough. Do you understand it? I need the sass today. It's a Monday. I need the sass. I'm going in with my Heavy Metals palette from Urban Decay, and I think I'm gonna go in with Starfire. Very nice bronzy kind of color. Now, I learned with this palette, you have to use your finger. So it's just a nice amount, and I'm going to press this right in the middle. Just right there in the mobile lid. I'm sorry if it appears as if I'm flipping you off, I'm not. Alrighty, so I'm just going to go off camera and I'm going to do my face makeup. I believe I'm going to do my eyebrows last, so I won't come back with those done yet. But I'm just going to do a little bit of my face makeup because this looks absolutely horrible right now, but I know that when you do your face makeup, it kind of pulls things a little bit better together. And then we will continue the eyes because by no way, shape, or form are they finished yet. So I will be right back. Alright, so once you're done applying your face and adequately blinding the world with a ridiculous amount of highlight, I'm going to continue the eyes. I am taking a big fluffy brush. This is from Elegant Faces. It's a brand that I don't know if they still even exist. I bought this brush probably 10 years ago at the National Convention for like women or something like that in Toronto. It was a random booth. They had really good prices on the brushes. They were soft, and my mom and I bought some, and it's been like 10 years and this brush is still soft and fluffy and it works. So there's absolutely nothing on this brush. It's perfectly clean. I'm just going to start pulling the edges in an upward motion, just to really smoke out and extend the shape and to really soften everything up. Now that my foundation has been applied, I can do this. I didn't want to do this before because it would get covered by the foundation. So now that it has been applied, I can go in and just really diffuse everything and elongate my eye shape and just make it go a little bit more crazy. Next, we're going to continue the lower lash line, and for that, I'm going to take my Chanel pencil in Eros number 928. This is a staple in everybody's kit for fall, or at least it should be in my opinion. Really hard to find red eyeliner pencils, and this one is just such a perfect cranberry shade. Like, ugh, I'm obsessed. These pencils are really long lasting and waterproof as well, which I really enjoy. Okay, so once you're done applying that eyeliner, I'm just going to go in with like a slightly slanted brush. This one is a Smashbox double exposure brush. It was in the double exposure palette. It looks like this. Anything that's like dome shaped or pencil shaped or slanted shaped, just anything to like really get into the nooks and crannies. And I'm gonna go in with, I think I'm going to go back in with that matte cranberry shade that we used from Makeup Forever. And I'm just going to load it up on my brush. And we're just going to place it on top and smoke it out. Look at that color, it's so pretty. You can take this as low as you want, as comfortable as you are. I'm going to go a little bit ham today, just a little bit. Just taking a clean brush. What is this, Sigma E25? Just any like fluffy blending brush. And I'm just going to run that along the lash line, bringing it down and out just to really smoke it out. Just wiggle it in there, just go crazy. Oh, that color is magnificent. I'm obsessed. Okay, next I'm gonna go in with, I think I'm gonna go in with that really dark purple, also from Makeup Forever. Just a small amount. And right here on the inner corner, I'm just going to pop this. And again, I'm going to take our clean blending brush that we've been using this entire time. Just going to wipe it off clean on a paper towel. And I'm just going to, whoops. I'm just going to, again, run this along the lower lash line, connecting that dark purple with that smoky cranberry. To really exaggerate this kind of grungy, messy look. Yeah, that's what I'm going for. Super. So now I'm going to go back in with the orange color that we used earlier on that same matte brush that we used before to apply it. Again, a nice generous amount. And I'm going to do this on the outer corner. So again, just packing it on. Oh my god, this looks amazing. And I'm just going to smoke it out. Just wiggling it back and forth, really to connect it to the outer lash line where we already have that orange deposited, but also bringing it into that cranberry and that purple color, just so everything is nicely unified. Like so. Okay, that looks really grungy and super messy. I really enjoyed that. I'm just gonna brighten up the brow bone a little bit, just because I feel like I'm losing a little bit of the shape. And that ounce that we first used, I don't think is doing enough. So I'm just gonna take my face highlight, which is Kitten from Stila, and I'm just going to throw this right on the brow bone. Yeah, just added a little twinkle, and I just kind of lifted the brow, which is what I needed. So now, this is one of the most favorite parts when I do like really deconstructed grungy makeup looks. It is so crazy and dark and grungy and messy on the inner corner, but I feel like it's kind of making me look psycho, for a lack of a better word. So I'm going to go in back to my Heavy Metals palette, and I'm going to take a light color. Which light color? I don't know. I don't know if I should do Scream, Angel Fire, or Maiden. Like when I swatch them, they look like this. I don't know. I think I'm going to go in with the first one. I think I'm going to go in with Scream. No. Scream is this one right here. So I'm just going to take a generous amount of my finger, and I'm going to really like press this and push this on the inner corner on top of all of those crazy dark purples. Oh, yes, 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 yes. Oh, do you see that texture and that wetness? Oh, fuck yeah. And it has this like slight lilac-y undertone. I don't know if the camera's picking it up, but it's working really well with that dark eggplant purple we used. Oh my god, this looks fucking bomb. Just taking my pinky finger, which is clean, and I'm just really going to press into the rest of my skin, just so that there's no flakes that are gonna like move around. So I think that's it for eyes, to be honest. I think I'm just going to... I'm gonna skip the fake eyelashes today. I don't want this to be like beauty makeup. I want this to be like weird and creative and artistic. So I'm just gonna do a light coat of black mascara. I'm going to brush a little bit of brow gel through it. This is the Essence Make Me Brow. Just to give a little bit of like shape and definition and contrast, but I don't really want to fill them in. I don't want to have perfect like draw on eyebrows. Again, this is so messy and deconstructed. I feel if I did like a perfect Instagram brow, it just would look really bizarre and awkward, and I like that I kind of look like an alien, so that no brow kind of look would be a little bit more complimentary, I think, to this whole look. And yeah, I'm gonna come back and we'll do lips together. Oh my god, even though it's wet and cold, it's just too much on my neck. Okay, it is what it is. I can't deal with this heat. I can't deal with this heat anymore. So, for lips, I'm going to go in with Exorcism from Kat Von D. This is a really beautiful, like, sultry berry kind of color. I did put on a little bit of a lip balm on earlier, just to make sure that my lips are nice and prepped and hydrated. I used the Agave mask in Lavender. I just picked up a little sample from Sephora. And I really like that Agave mask. It is one of the most nourishing and hydrating products I've ever tried in my life for the lips. And when they give you a sample, they give you like a decent amount, so it lasts forever. I'm just going in with some Vice Lip Effects and Vice Special Effects Lip Top Coat in Seether from Urban Decay. Okay, so once you're done applying your top coat, again, this is totally optional, I just wanted to mix a color to kind of make it my own, but also I want to give that textured look to my lips, just to kind of go along with the eyes. Granted, you don't have to do this step. I just was really feeling funky today and I just wanted to do something different. Because my lips were moisturized and hydrated with that Agave lip mask when I did the liquid matte lipstick, it didn't go as opaque and as matte as it normally would, which I really like because I want more of that kind of like undone, distressed kind of look. I did do a lip liner. Again, I don't want it to be perfect. I don't want it to be precise. I want it to be messy. I want it to be grungy. I want it to be artistic. And I find that this lip color, like this combo, is so freaking cool. It's like this weird burnt eggplant kind of color. I'm really living for it. And I changed my plugs to go along with it as well. I really need like red, burgundy, maroon kind of color plugs. So maybe for my birthday I'll place an order. But yeah, that is the final finished makeup look. I hope you enjoyed watching this video. I hope you learned something interesting. I hope this inspires you to kind of get out of your comfort zone and do something that is not typical or beauty makeup or like the standard for makeup. It's meant to activate our creativity, our curiosity, our childishness in terms of like just using our fingers and finger painting and playing and having fun and just, you know, thinking a little bit outside of the box. So if you did enjoy this video, please let me know in the comment section below, and I will see you guys next time. Bye!